Hey y'all, I'm back. Well, the last video I made was a really emotional one. I talked about breaking up with someone who I had been with for a long time, knowing that God told me this is where I needed to move forward to, and I was about to take a new journey of being single. Well, my journey started kind of rough. And this video has kind of been a long time coming, and I guess I got so caught up on it being about me and me feeling some kind of way, or how people are going to perceive me, instead of missing the point that the whole reason why I started here is because of where God told me to go. And so I'm back, and I want to share some things that I've learned so far. Is that one thing is that every season that you go through in your life, it's a marathon. Your whole life is a marathon. It's not a sprint. It's about who's going to finish first and who's going to finish best, or all of that. It's about you taking your journey the way God intended for you to go. And as we can stop comparing ourselves to one another, we would be way more comfortable in our seasons. So that's the first thing, is that what I've learned now, being completely by myself, is that it's okay to feel mixed emotions. You're going to feel mixed emotions. There's some times where you're going to be A-okay and it's going to be all good and you're going to have some good days. And then there's going to be some things where a song is going to come on the radio, or somebody's going to invite you somewhere that you used to share with this person. And it's going to affect your mood. It's going to affect how you're enjoying that moment. And that's okay. I think too many times we miss the fact that we're human. We're built for companionship. So you're going to feel lonely. You're going to feel like, dang, I wish I had somebody, or all of my friends are getting engaged, or, you're going to start to feel these big voids that need to be filled. That's okay. That's normal. It's okay to feel those things. That's the first thing. The second thing is that don't overcompensate because you feel this void, or because you're starting to feel all of these different emotions. And by overcompensate, I mean, one, don't isolate. I'm not going anywhere with anybody because everybody has a boo and I don't have one, so I'm just going to stay at home and be depressed and cuddle up with my fuzzy socks and watch Netflix. Don't do that. You're doing yourself a disservice. Don't do that, because it's too easy to fall into depression, and then you're spiraling yourself into a bunch of different other issues other than just the fact that you're single now. But the opposite spectrum is, don't busy yourself. Like, too many times people are like, well, I'm single because I'm just so busy. No, you're not. Because we all know that when we're in relationships, when we are not even just relationships, when we really want something, we make time for anything that we want. You'll make time. So you're not too busy, and it's okay. And then don't find yourself like, just because somebody has something going on, that you need to be at every single thing, so that you don't have to feel those moments when you come home and it's just you. So don't overcompensate. Don't isolate, but then don't just be everywhere with everybody just so that you don't have to be by yourself. Being alone is okay. Like, you can stomach being by yourself for an hour, 2 hours, the night. Like, it's okay. You'll adjust. This is all a process. And then the third thing is that we have we treat people that are single, or being single, like it's a disease. Like, being single is not the worst thing that's happened to you. When I think about the top 10 worst things that's happened in my life, like, matter of fact, being single is not even one of the worst things that's happened to me. It's a process. It's uncomfortable. This is the problem, is that we don't like things that make us feel uncomfortable, because when we're uncomfortable, we know we're not in control. And it's okay to experience some uncomfort. When you're uncomfortable, then you know that you're truly being obedient to where God is taking you to. And that's okay. Be uncomfortable, because being single is not the worst thing. So I want you to, it's okay. Feel whatever emotions you feel. If you happy for a week and then you sad one day, that's okay. Feel that sadness, embrace that, understand why you're there, and then grow from that. This is all a process. 2, don't overcompensate. Don't isolate. Don't find yourself also mixed up and doing everything and hanging out, and all of a sudden you have a nightlife and all this. Don't do that. And then 3rd, being single is not the worst thing in the world. Your whole journey, and how the best way that I've heard it put is that When you're single, maybe that's your time, or the reason why God has chosen to make you single is because the person you're supposed to be, or who you're supposed to be dating, is the Lord. Maybe that's the time that you're supposed to be reading your Bible. Maybe you really need to be imprinting the word on your heart. Maybe that's the time that you really need to be working on your prayer life. Maybe it's time that you stop praying about something that this man or this woman and this mate that you want, and start praying about, Lord, I'm so grateful and I'm so thankful for the life that you've given me. I'm so grateful and I'm so thankful for the people who I do have, the friends that I've neglected when I was in relationship, the family that I've neglected when I was in relationship. Maybe God is telling you that you need to take this time to really embrace the life that you have, instead of trying to pour all of yourself into someone else. And because when you're in a relationship, you forget that there's a God who provided for you when you weren't in a relationship. So just take those three things. Those are the three things that have really helped me in my process, and me really embracing and understanding where I am. So I love you. I'm praying for you. Be prayerful and be fruitful.